One of my favorite foods, pizza. But you know, like for New York, everybody gonna say pizza, so I'm gonna say, like, besides pizza, a good pizza for me probably fucking. To me, like a good steakhouse, a good New York steakhouse is out here. You gotta hit one of the good New York steakhouses. Like,
what we doing? We doing medium well, medium rare.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm on my well done shit still. But I tell them medium well plus sometimes. You know, medium well plus just a little bit pink, not too much. I don't like all that, man.
You gotta try the medium well, though, bro. One time.
I tried it before. It's just it's not my style, man. It's not me. Like,
you know what I do? I let the restaurant do the like whatever their style is. That's how I let them. Yeah. I be like, yo, as long as there's no blood, like the blood, that should be crazy, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm good in the blood.
What's your favorite steakhouse to go to in New York, though?
Favorite, probably like, honestly, the best one to me is like. All the steak be good to me, so I'll be looking at the size. Really.
Oh, yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Like, if the size is trash in the steakhouse, then all you really depending on is the steak. Like, I feel like all the steak gonna be fire. Like, the ones like, fucking, what's that shit? I fuck with Brooklyn Chop House.
Oh, yeah, facts.
I do fuck with that shit. I fuck with Brooklyn Chop House. And they show love in there, man. Shout out Brooklyn Chop House. You know what I'm saying? But,
Critch, I know you talked about like you and Carl like back in the day, hanging out and stuff. How did you seriously like get into music, and when did you decide like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick with this. This gonna be the game plan.
Shit. Around the time I met Carl and we was really chilling, like that's when I really started thinking about like taking it serious more. For me, that's when I really was like switching into that mode of like writing songs and going to the studio more and shit. And our other man Sparks, that was my engineer, like.
Shout out Sparks.
Yeah, shout out Sparks. That was my engineer, like for my first couple songs. Feel me? Like when I was really just in the stew, heavy, like off rip.
And then like when you started, did you like have a goal, or like you was just like, let me just do this shit for the fun? Like
I was just doing it. Like I was just doing it for. That's what I wanted to do, really. And then I seen like my friends and people in my hood was really supporting this shit, like. Or as soon as I started really recording songs, like, people I was chilling with in my hood was, like, fucking with it for me. So it just kind of showed me, like, other people probably fuck with this shit, too. I got to keep recording, for me.
How did it feel? I know you got, like, a lot of local love, like you were saying, but how did it feel once you realized, like, damn, I got love like niggas in Cali, niggas down south, like, everybody bumping my shit?
Cause that's the shit you be wanting when you starting, feel me? You thinking about getting that, and when you start getting the recognition, it feel crazy. Like it's really a blessing. I'll never take it for granted for me.
Do you remember that exact moment or that day? Like, damn, my shit popping. Like,
probably when my son Grams, like, he flew me out to Cali to link with, for me, like Rich and all of them there in Cali. But when I was just in the airport, my shit was going up crazy. Like my whole Instagram, Twitter, everything. Like every time I'm refreshing it, it's looking crazy. Like I was the first time seeing any type of attention for the music for me. I'm on my way to Cali, like looking at the shit. Like that shit was really surreal type shit. Like for me.
What song was it? Would you say I think I know what song. I think everyone knows. But I would say what song to you was a song that got you over that? Like got you there? Like boom! All right, niggas know now my shit.
Before the obvious one, did it again, like the one that really, took off, like the most. Before that, I say this song called Mozzie. That song, like when I had dropped that song Mozzie, that's when like all the niggas in my hood that I fuck with, like that's when like my brother people was like, nah, boy, like you got some heat for me. That's when I dropped that. That's when people was really telling me like, nah, keep rapping, like.
Yo, Mozzie was crazy. I can't front that track.
I'm about to redo that shit. That shit just still crazy. Yo,
I can't front. My favorite track though that you dropped was Take Some. I can't front, bro.
That one too.
You snapped on Take Some, bro.
Too.
That shit go crazy, bro.
Appreciate it.
And then with Mozzie, and I think did it again. My boy Max, he put me on to the shit. Like when he played Mozzie, I was like, nah, this shit is lit. And then when he play me like did it again. Damn, she a freak a little bitch. That shit and that shit, Joe. I feel like me personally, like this is my aspect. I feel like that shit was on lock for the city, like 100%, bro. Like OD, like
I feel like my experience was like a little different because like being from the South and everything.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna tap in a little bit later. So when I'm hearing these tracks, I'm like, okay, this nigga kind of straight. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go back and listen to all the previous shit. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I think this nigga might be something serious. So
and
my
shit was different too at the time, like 100%. Like I don't think nobody was really fucking with him. And like still, like too, like it's a lot of niggas that's tapped in, but like he consistent with his shit.
For sure.
Like 100%, like OD. And it's like you started rapping. What really, or who really got you influenced, like as far as music goes? Like who was you really listening to on a daily basis?
Really, Weezy. Like Weezy was my biggest like person that made me want to do the rapping shit. Just cause how crazy he was going like back in the day with all the mixtapes and all that like around that time. It was crazy. Like
That's a fact. And being from Brooklyn, you was fucking with like Hove and like Fab and all those niggas. That's fire. That's fire.
How is it for you? How was it like navigating in the music industry? I know everybody got their own like way of like, all right, this is how I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna navigate. I'm gonna fuck with these people.
Should be different. Should be different sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Like me, I don't know. Like I still kind of move the same way I moved when, like I was just like outside. I don't really like faking interactions and none of that, or like for me, if the connection, I don't vibe with somebody, like I'm not really gonna go out my way to do anything with niggas because they could help me or nothing like that. But I feel like that's what a lot of other people in the game do for me. They just better at like like the Hollywood side of it. Like
I think that's some real shit that you said because a lot of people feel like, all right, if we, since we in the industry, we gotta fuck with each other because
you
like,
really don't. You don't gotta fuck with nobody.
Fuck with yourself.
You fuck with yourself. Fuck with who fuck with you, and fuck with who makes sense. Like for me, like the natural shit that happens. Like
Facts. Basically, fuck with the same people. For real.
For real.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Nigga ain't never changed. And like with this music shit, you from New York. Like, do you feel like you like carry New York on your back? Like, when you're out in the spotlight?
I'm one of the people, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's a couple of us, though. Like, it's a lot of tough artists in New York right now. Especially new artists coming out of Brooklyn, too, for me. I'm definitely one of them. Like, the city know it.
You heard him. The city know it.
It's known.
Niggas better tap in fast, nigga, before it's up and stuck, nigga, before you know it.
Yeah, Carl won't tell you either, though, but we was talking about back in the day, me and Carl probably got some unreleased shit in the stash somewhere. Like we probably got some unreleased shit in the stash somewhere.
I just know niggas used to sit and just freestyle
word.
beats.
This nigga could really freestyle though. Like,
bro, honestly, before you came,
it was air freestyle.
Niggas was freestyling.
I can't really freestyle at the top of my head.
That's cool, bro. That's cool. But listen,
bro could freestyle.
He said some shit like out of nowhere. It was off the top, and it was crazy too. Like I wouldn't be so wild. You holding out, bro?
You holding out? Watch, man. I'm gonna get him back in the booth. Don't even trip, man. I'm getting back.
We definitely had to do. I know we had one track we supposed to fuck with. Maybe.
It's like an EP.
Carl about to release
drop an EP right at the end of this episode.
That'd be tough, nigga.
It's time.
But
that's OD.
Can we expect anything from you in the near future though?
Yeah, the project ready to go right now.
Hey.
Dealing with the how I'm gonna present it, how I'm gonna put it out for me with like the whole situation. So. But shit ready to go, man. I'm just been shooting videos. I'm already working on the next project.
How many tracks?
I'll tell y'all, 19 bangers. It's time to flood them. It's time to flood them.
That's tough.
They've been waiting.
That's tough. And like, do you feel like with the 19 tracks or just the work in general, like you feel like this is one of your best pieces, or you really took your time with this shit?
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like all my favorite songs that I've been holding. Like all the new ones that I've been holding, kinda in the like waiting to drop. I put them all together instead of, how like I'm not thinking about dropping nothing as singles, none of that. Like I just put all the heat into one project, and that's what I'm gonna give them.
Yeah, that's OD, bro. That's really lit. And then what else was I gonna say? I was gonna basically ask you, like, where did you do most of this recording at for this album? Was it in New York?
Yeah, New York.
Okay.
Probably half and half, LA. And New York.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Do you feel like you get in a different zone when you record in LA and then when you record here?
Facts. Every time I go out to LA, like I just make one. Like if I'm there for a couple of days, 3 days, it could be 3 days. Like I'm gonna make one crazy track that's just different than other shit I've been making. Like
where'd you record Resort?
Resort. You remember Muddy? I think that was LA.
That definitely, I was like, that definitely seemed like it was probably on
I think
some
that
LA
was
shit.
LA
Yeah,
when me
yeah,
and LeBron was just locked in. Feel me?
that shit go
Facts.
crazy.
And then like I know
shit,
like
bro.
I know for me like if all right, I'ma say it. I used to play around with the shit a little bit like spitting, but I ain't.
I feel like, bro.
And I did it for fun.
It's in your
I did it for
from
fun,
New York,
bro.
You
Yeah, I
black,
ain't take it
bro,
serious.
like,
It was
you know?
for fun. But I feel like when like niggas made a banger in the studio, it was lit. Do you know when you make a banger?
Yeah.
Like, do you have that same energy when you leave the studio? Like, nah, this shit really fire. Like,
Facts.
this the one.
You be knowing.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
You be knowing though, like just how the energy hits you and how the energy hit everybody in the room. You just be knowing.
Right.
Word.
That's fine. I mean, so like out of all the tours you've been on, I mean like what's your craziest story on the tour?
Craziest story
Yeah.
on the tour, man.
Oh,
my
God.
DJ got in a little situation. He got in a little situation in Denver or some shit we was at. I don't remember where. Because of some security guard that was just doing too much. Thought he was like police officer of the world.
Top flight.
Top
security.
flight.
Top flight, top
flight.
Poor Blart, more cop, head ass nigga, like going mad hard, like for some little shit. That just escalated to a little situation. But the long story short, though, I had to miss the DJ like that show because of that situation. Like, but I ain't even gonna lie. I can't even say the situation for real. But that shit was crazy. It's crazy because I'm on tour. Feel me? And my DJ just missing now. Like we had to, like I think Mills or somebody had to go on, or LaRon, right?
Yeah.
Elboy like did my sets for like 2-3 shows. But we just made it work. Like it was crazy trying to figure it out, but we made it work. For me, that's one of the craziest shits that happened. Like my DJ just went missing, like on tour. Like some shit went down for me.
What's the best city you've been to, like as far as like being on tour?
One of my favorite places to perform is London.
Shout out to London.
Or
Shout out to the UK.
My first show out there was sold out. They showed mad love in London. Like that shit was crazy.
That's
That's
lit.
fire.
Or can't wait to go back out
How
there.
you feel about the food out there?
Man, it's different.
In a good
In a
way.
good
or
way,
like,
word.
yeah.
Like it's not really nothing. Like it's not creative. For me, it's like they got random shit. Like I don't know. The fucking like the kebab spots out there be fire though.
They be busting.
Like the I don't know what type of people it is. Like where they from?
So it would be like not how
Like, they
not
from,
halal,
like-
but like
They from like Lebanon and places like that.
Oh, yeah, they be having, like-
And they be opening up the real restaurants though. Like you know how we got the kebab little carts and shit.
Yeah, nah,
they
it's
got
a real
a whole
deal.
spot and it's official chicken and all that. Like it's real right. That should be fire out there.
Mm-hmm.
Or my cousin put me on. Shout out my cousin Tron, man.
Musically, what do you think your greatest accomplishment so far in your music career has been?
Just like all the little things that is milestones to me. Like just growing up on certain things and then being a part of it. Like even like with the video games, for example, Madden, like NBA Live 2K. Like I done got a song on all 3 of those video games.
That's lit.
In the past 2 years, and we really grew up playing them shits every day. Like I used to play them shits all the time. Like for
Yeah,
me,
right.
when I'm in the crib, like so.
Niggas ain't
shit
fuck
like
with me,
that,
just
and
you
just shit like that, and then just getting tracks with certain people like
Yeah, for sure.
Fab, French, and then feel me. Like I got the track with I got the unreleased track with.
I seen you tweet that the other day.
Wait, what?
I got the unreleased track with Max B. Shit like that, feel me? Like shit like that is